Manchester City had a convincing 5-1 victory over Luton in the 33rd round to continue to compete for the title this season. Under Pep Guardiola's leadership, Man City's starting team has made a lot of changes in preparation for next week's game. While Erling Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne are still in the main team, Man City is headed for the unprecedented fourth consecutive Premier League title. But with Real Madrid coming to Etihad 5 days later, Pep has chosen a few pillars of rest. The home team quickly demonstrated overwhelmingness at the start of the game, only 2 minutes after Man City opened the score. Haaland had his first chance, but Kaminski prevented him from finishing. But the ball touched Hashioka's head and flew into the net. With his early leadership, Man City has built up a sense of confidence and continues to have a tremendous battle and opportunities that endanger Luton Town's capital. Step into the second half, Man City still took control of the ball but didn't create too many more chances. Finally, coach Pep Guardiola celebrated for the second time in a match with Mateo Kovacic's squad from the edge of the barrier. Although Luton Town tried to defend, Man City found a way to break through their ranks and score more goals. Just over 10 minutes later, Haaland didn't miss his chance on the 11m, throwing the finish point, leaving the goalkeeper Kaminski standing and staring. Luton was surprised to shorten the score after Ross Barkley scored in the 81st minute. But that's all the guest team can do in this game. A 5-1 win temporarily led Man City to the top of the rankings, and continued to affirm its ambition to compete for the title for the season. This dynamic result not only promoted Man City, but also affirmed the level of Manchester's half-green against the teams below the level. With this victory, Pep Guardiola's team is more confident that the boring match with Real Madrid is only 3 days away. Clearly, Man City's staffing situation is very good this season. For the game against Luton Town, Man City, you don't even have to show up with Pep's best team. This Spanish coach has decided to make a lot of changes in Man City's starting team. However, Erling Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne are still the names from the beginning. Many of Man City's key pillars have been pulled out of the row for Rodri's seats. When he complained to the press, Foden was also temporarily discharged after becoming the busiest player of the season with 2,456 minutes. Haaland and De Bruyne were given early leave by Pep when he brought Oscar Bob and Sergio Gomez in. Surely the monster from Neuilly and the Belgian midfielder have been arranged to recover for the UEFA Champions League game in 4 days. On the same day, Real Madrid had a mild victory over Real Mallorca, a team that was underrated in the La Liga. The match against Mallorca also played an important role in the La Liga Championship, so Real Madrid did not relieve their opponents. Keep up the good form and win to defend the top position and build confidence in the decisive match against Man City. The fact that Carlo Ancelotti gave many of the pillars of the team a rest and came out with a few less outstanding faces is somewhat of a confirmation that Real Madrid is not in the right shape and that he has certain calculations for the upcoming big battle at Etihad. It's hard to predict the outcome of the next round, and the match on April 18th will be in balance, plus a match at the turn makes the two sides well prepared to decide the victory. Although Carlo Ancelotti's tactics are not trivial, Real should remember last season's semi-finals against the green half of Man Valverde's midfielder hasn't forgotten the sad signing when the two teams met in the semi-finals last season. Man City also played in Bernabeu and then beat Real Madrid 4-0 in the return match at Etihad. In that match, Bernardo Silva scored a double, while Manuel Akanji and Julian Alvarez also set up to break the hopes of the Spanish club. After both rounds, Man City won 5-1 to Real Madrid. This result brought coach Pep Guardiola straight to Istanbul, where the second Champions League final in the club's history took place. Valverde shares, "That's not a good result because we want to win, the fight feels like last season was like a defeat." The importance of gaining a home advantage in the Champions League round can sometimes be exaggerated. But Man City's respectable performance shows that they are clearly the name that gets more appreciation in the reception for Real Madrid at Etihad. It's important to know that Man City is only one victory away at home at Etihad to break the record of 103 years at the club. Specifically, the Citizens' longest unbeaten fight on the home field was 42 and was set in 1919, 1921, and since then the record has been 103 years. Pep's army has only one victory to match. The champion could set a new record when the next two rivals at Etihad, Wolves and West Ham, were unable to stop Man City. However, Valverde believes Real Madrid can make Man City hate it right at Etihad. The Uruguayan midfielder added, "Always the first time, you must always trust, have faith, especially us, we are an example for the fans to believe, we're the first to believe that it's possible. We have to work hard and every player has to do his best in every line, and if we all go in the same direction, I think we can do it." Real Madrid, despite being on the La Liga chart, should be cautious before this game. It's interesting to the media, but I'm sure Carlo Ancelotti's students will remember the sad memories of being a guest at Etihad last season and missing a chance to get to the finals. Although the media is optimistic about Real Madrid's capabilities, Coach Ancelotti and the players will not be able to ignore the game. They'll be vigilant and cautious, remembering that Man City is a strong opponent, especially at home, and the experience from last season's game will help Real Madrid make a different turn and avoid mistakes in front of the opponents. Not forgetting the painful past. The Italian ruler added some tension when Man City's framework was reinforced by Pep. Ederson has fully recovered from his injury and is ready to return to the Champions League quarterfinals against Real Madrid. For over a month, Ederson hasn't been able to play for Man City. The 1993 goalkeeper suffered an injury in a Premier League match against Liverpool and he appeared in a Luton match last night. Pep Guardiola said that Ederson has always been the number one choice and is fully prepared for the match against Real Madrid. Now coach Pep Guardiola is faced with a huge opportunity to continue winning this season as he is competing for the Premier League Championship and has gone to the FA Cup final. The upcoming match will be an exciting match between the top two teams in Europe. Although Man City is confident after the recent victory, Real Madrid is not easy to defeat. Competition and experience from last season's matches will be crucial when the two teams meet at Etihad Stadium.